Bizarre Brain Comics. Hello and welcome to Bizarre Brain Comics. I'm Gary, your host. And this is where I like to take a look at some older comics, talk a little bit about the characters and creators, and then examine the stories and the art. This time, I'm going to go back to, 1987? 1985. From Marvel Comics' Star Comics line. Is Misty #1. Misty, yes. Star Comics, of course, was Marvel's short-lived line specifically for young readers. They basically took over a lot of the market that had previously been fed by Harvey Comics. One that was getting smaller and smaller because even the little kids don't want to read little kid stuff. They want to read big kid stuff. So let's take a look here. Star Comics Misty #1, 1985, by Trina Robbins. And we'll be seeing more of her in the future. Okay, and Misty was a 6-issue miniseries published by Star under Marvel Comics in 1985, and the run started 8 months after the Star line was initiated and was the last original title started. After this, all the Star Comics published were based on licensed properties. The character was created by writer-cartoonist Trina Robbins. Misty was the niece of Marvel mainstay character Millie the Model. We've talked about Millie before, and in that we mentioned Misty. And Millie had run as both a teen humor title and a romance title at Marvel from the mid-40s to the early 70s. Since her retirement from modeling, Millie had gotten plump, losing her slim and svelte figure, which had made her famous in her modeling days. And Misty was her niece, her teenage niece. So this is winds up being both a combination of teen humor and teen romance with a lot of fashion. She's probably more akin to Archie's Katie Keene than Archie's Archie. So, let's go take a little look into the fascinating fashion world of Misty. Okay, here we are. You can see that, better view that cover, Misty #1. And I also have here Misty #4. Actually, I like this cover better. They're both lovely. I have had more of this short run somewhere. If I still have, I may have unhauled them at one time or another. But this is a fun one, obviously for tween girls. So with that in mind, it is some fun stuff. Things that they have it stereotypically are interested in. Very pretty things, pretty clothes, fashion, cute boys. Oh, maybe I can be a model someday, yada, 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 stuff like that. So that's what this is about. And of course, the character is created by and written and drawn by Trina Robbins, who has a long history in comics. And she likes this kind of stuff and fashions. It's got some paper dolls in here, and you'll probably see some of those. And she's always liked paper dolls. She's published books of paper dolls. And she has a very nice, clean style to her art. A bit on the stiff side if you're more interested in something more action, but it's a very lovely style, which really contrasts with some of the earlier material that she has drawn, which we'll talk about in a second here. Because Trina Robbins, she was born in 1938 with the name of Trina Parson. Oh, I can't read my writing. She was an early creator in the 60s and 70s underground comics movement. Yeah, she did underground stuff with sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And one of the first few female artists in the movement. And there were a few, and she's one of the first in underground. In the 80s, she was the first female artist to work on Wonder Woman. That's quite an accomplishment, and surprising that it took so damn long. That's on a Wonder Woman title, because remember, Ramona Fradon did a lot of the Super Friends, which had Wonder Woman in it, but it wasn't a Wonder Woman title. In the 50s and 60s, she was active in San Francisco fandom. Oh, I said that wrong. Science fiction fandom, and contributing illustrations to science fiction magazines. And she got into comics drawing for the underground paper, the East Village Other, and the underground comic Gothic Blimp Works. I've never seen that. In '69, she contributed to the creation of Vampirella for Warren Publishing, and seems so odd in a way. Vampirella just does not seem like something Trina Robbins would do. I mean, it was probably for a paycheck, but still, it just doesn't seem to fit her strong feminist. Although, case can be said that Vampirella is a strong feminist character because she is such a strong, active female character. But she is extremely sexualized. But Trina was not above sexualizing her female characters either. She moved to San Francisco. That's where the SF confused me earlier. She moved to San Francisco in '70 to work on It Ain't Me, Babe, a feminist underground paper. She and others did the one-shot comics of It Ain't Me, Babe comics. And this is comics with an X. She helped promote projects for female cartoonists such as women's comics, and that's where I know her mostly from, some women's comics. And she did the first comic story starting an out lesbian character. And she did the graphic novel based on Tanith Lee's The Silver Medal Lover. I've got that. It's a beautiful piece of work. And in the mid 80s, she did Misty at Marvel. And at DC, she did a Wonder Woman miniseries, which her Wonder Woman did took place or appeared between the conclusion of the previous pre-crisis Wonder Woman's conclusion, and before the post-crisis reboot. And And she's written many books about female cartoonists and female characters. And we'll probably take a look at one of those sometime here in the future. So we'll just take a brief look here inside with Misty. It's a brief storyline, but this is what is unusual for this kind of stuff is that it is an concluding one-off story. This is basically the origin and the introduction to the character, and it's all one story. And when usually this type has several stories, just like here, there are 2 stories in this, but they're all contributing to an overall story arc. So here, we see what on television, in front of this mansion, and this all these people crowding around with this young lady. What? And this is Misty Collins. That's her. And this lady is on TV talking about her, and she has this lovely party looks like a party dress. Here, a movie poster in the background, and she's talking about, she's a superstar in this movie, and then we see it's just a dream. She's having a dream. There she is getting ready for school, because she's still in high school. But I want to see if you can see clear down here. It says Misty's Dress by Madrid, San Francisco, by Mike Madrid, San Francisco, California. See, following with like what Katie King did, is that they take they solicit fashion design ideas from the readers who send them in, and they take some of them and adapt them, put them in the stories. Or in this case, since it's the first issue, I think these were just friends of Trina Robbins, people, because the same names in this issue keep popping up. In the later issue, it's some of the other artists or readers from around the country, and it's some really nice stuff. Sometimes, seeing Trina is good, not very nice. Like I said, nice detail, very sweet overall, just almost saccharine sweet. But some lovely artwork. Nice backgrounds, and here we see Aunt Millie. See, she's gotten plump in the 20 or so years since she was modeling. And a kitty cat. She goes to school, meets some of her friends, then meet her enemy, and here she is in class fantasizing about a play. And there's some stuff going on. It's supposed to be some kind of talent contest. Has a chance to the winner has a chance to be in the in Heaven Teen, based on 17, fashion magazine. And then here we see Trina Robbins' penchant for paper dolls. And some nice, lovely stuff and lovely fashion designs. Oh, here we got a cool ad for He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. And then in part 2, A Night to Remember. She's got the big event going, and the zipper broke in her dress, and she needs something, and she tries all this stuff on. Again, we try the stuff with some pretty fashions. And they're going to be late, and boom, this beautiful, beautiful old dress that had been Millie's decades before. So, lovely, this one will work. There they are, backstage, about to go on to do their thing, yada, 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 and magic and all this stuff, just general stuff. And one of her friends is a punk rocker, and got her little band, punk rock band. And the other young lady here just doing some ballet stuff. And of course, Millie winds up winning Misty Collins because she did some kind of dramatic thing and just got one of the judges who was into drama just in tears. And then there's Misty in tears. And So she won. She meets the star of the soap opera. She's got a chance to be in a character in the soap opera, but this redhead who is her enemies, her dad is main sponsor and gets her more paper dolls. Gets her. There she is griping, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy," in her mansion. See, nicely but simply drawn. Good perspective. Everything is right on. It's just not a whole lot of little intricate detail, but just enough detail to tell the story, and is nicely drawn. And I just love her line work. It's also lovely. That's the only way I can say it. Her work is lovely. So here she is supposed to have the reading, and it turns out she's reading for something else because the nasty redhead gets the part, but Misty's much better. Yada yada. So she tries to screw things up, sabotaging Misty's scene. So she comes in, boom, plays it straight. Woo! They love it, so they write her part to be bigger, so her sabotage backfailed. There she is. Her sabotage failed. Said, "Hey everyone! This is cute." She's in a barrel. So this is where they're soliciting people to send in their fashion ideas. And that is the end of the first Misty. The rest of them are like here. She's babysitting the guy she's got a crush on from the soap opera. He wants her to come to a cast party. She's got to babysit. Stuff like that. And so she's telling the little kids a story about Prince Charming. Of course, in her mind, Prince Charming is that actor. All this stuff. And the evil wicked witch is her enemy. And again, more of the lovely fashions, telling the story. And he shows up, and they have a little evening together instead of the cast party. And then the second story is about Millie's fashion shoot. Misty's fashion shoot, and Millie has gone with her, and they wind up roping Aunt Millie into a fashion shoot too. And it's just good, clean, tween girly fun. And it's a stuff that I think Trina Robbins' style goes very well with, but Trina's style also is quite interesting because it is so lovely. It really contrasts with the type of material that she had previously worked on in the underground. Even before this, I was a fan of Trina Robbins' work. So that's all I've got for Misty and Trina Robbins for now. We'll revisit Trina Robbins some other time. Thank you for joining me. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. And remember, comics are art.